This is something I really think of it. Okay, so it's about 2 months. Okay, so about 2 months, you know your customers, and then you know how the customer likes and how easy they complain and how what they like. Usually they want fast food. Okay, they want best service. So, but you know straight away, so it's like 2 months would be enough, and then you then do whatever you can do and pick up business. Okay, so that's what I experienced. The important things you deal with your staff, and then you treat them, and then you give them benefits, and then
you looked after them, they look after you. It's nice.
Absolutely, yeah. So it's you put your staff first. Okay.
Absolutely. And they obviously look after your customers, who are the most important, right?
The customer comes second. Okay.
Staff first. I like that. Welcome to this Flipdish Takeaways podcast. Today I'm joined by Robert Wang from Dragon House. Robert, thank you so much for coming in.
It's absolutely a pleasure.
So tell me a little bit about how you got into the restaurant industry. Where did it start?
Right. I have to say I'm very green in this trade, okay? And it's literally accidentally entrance to this trade, okay? So because in the pandemic year, we got a premise, and then we think we give it a go, okay? And then it's a beautiful place, but we thought we were able to do this, okay? So that's got we started in Dublin, okay, Dublin 10, but it's still going, thanks God, okay.
So you started during COVID, so during COVID. In 2020.
Yes.
Oh, wow.
So it's only 5 years?
6 years now?
Yeah, 6 years.
I don't even count those years as real years. Like they just flipped away.
And then after that, we got a bit so-called experience. Okay, yeah. And then we decided to get another shop going on in Roscrea. Okay, so we got the Roscrea Golden Valley. Okay, so it's going well at the moment.
Great.
And then still, we working hard. Okay, our staff are working hard. So it's depends on the staff really. So it's okay for us.
And what made you set up a restaurant during COVID, or was it a plan from before COVID and then it just ended up happening during that time? Like when did the idea come to you to be like, I need to set up?
Because in this business you really need the location. Okay, you need see the location, and then you see the some research. Okay, on that area, and that's in that area it's fine. It's a very density. It's a very density area. So we think give it a go. Okay, and then it's a big place, so you have a lot of game to get to play. Right, so it's we quite we think we quite okay with that idea. So we bring in breakfast. Okay, so we do Irish breakfast. Okay,
oh, wow. Okay,
we
great.
do Irish lunch. Okay, so at the evening we do authentic Chinese. Okay, yeah. So people, I'm glad people are liking us. Okay, so it's still going. Okay, so. During the last Christmas, we got really busy, and then we think people are accept us. Okay, so that's the important thing. Okay.
And when you set up a new place, how long does it take for you to know whether it's going to work or not? If you go to a new location, like what's the time frame, and how do you approach those first couple of weeks of like embedding yourself into a community?
Yes, this is something where I really think of it. Okay, so it's about 2 months. Okay, so about 2 months, you know your customers. Okay, and then you know how the customer likes and how easy they complain and how what they like. Okay, so how obviously they want fast food. Okay, they want best service. So, but this is you know straight away, so it's like 2 months would be enough, and then you then do whatever you can do and pick up business. Okay, So that's what I experienced. Okay.
And when you open that new location, what does the marketing campaign look like, or what do you do to kind of announce yourself? Do you do flyers? How do you?
Oh, yes. That's the important thing. Okay. The flyers is the important thing. And the second one is Flipdish. Okay. Something like Flipdish and some other names I can't mention here. But the first I go to Flipdish. That's all my first campaign and marketing. Okay. So they have fantastic people. They're really, really good for your think about your business. So this is make difference from the other ones. That's what my opinion.
It's great to hear that you feel like they genuinely care.
Really, yes, yeah. That's fact. Okay, so I send every request. Okay, so they can do the job and then satisfy me. And like straight away, So it's no waiting time, something like that. Okay.
And who's your contact in Flipdish? Who do you?
Yes, I have a rep. I have a team. I visited the office as well. So
great, yeah.
So every experience I think is good. It's great.
Great to hear.
Yeah, it's like Trump says. Okay, it's like. They have a tremendous team.
That's a great Trump impression. I love that. Okay. So what's your kind of favorite piece of technology or the most important piece of technology within your business? What do you really rely on?
Okay, so this is another aspect of the business. Okay, so at the moment on the market, people are really, really depend on the social media, okay, and the web express, okay. So we need to go on our website and then ask Flipdish to give us a go on the Google or Facebook. We need materials, okay. So Flipdish, they can supply this, some maybe 90% of it, but we have to do our own homework.
Yeah.
To get our name, expressed on the internet, okay, and then maybe on Facebook you have some communication with your customers, okay. So that's the important thing.
And do you manage all the social media yourself, or who manages the social media for you?
I'm not very good at it, but I always have ideas, and then somebody can excuse it. Okay,
yeah,
excuse it. But this is important. You need a lot of ideas. Okay, yeah, and the communication with the customers, that's important in this business. So,
and are you on all the platforms? Are you on like Instagram, Facebook, TikTok, or are you just on Facebook, or where do you?
On the Facebook, we have every shop on Facebook, and then Instagram, I don't know because I don't go on Instagram, but I think there's some areas on that, and website, okay, and then say Flipdish, they have a website, then we can feature some offers or something like that,
Okay, great. And what products are you using with Flipdish at the moment? Is it?
Oh, we have ordering machine, okay, and we have a computer which is in-store POS. Okay, yeah. So we use that, and then. So far, no problem. Okay.
Great. Touch wood. Yeah. Make sure it stays that way.
Yeah.
But great to hear. And obviously the POS is a relatively new product for you. How have you found using that? How have you found, training your staff on how to use it?
Oh, it's very easy. And the important thing is we have our end of day statistics. Okay, yeah. So that's tell us how to sell and how much we sold. Yeah. So and then we do some research. Okay. On that, and then that's a basic thing. Okay, but important thing is the orders are coming, and then we can read, and then we can give to the kitchen team, and they can do that with no problem. Yeah,
brilliant. It's really good to hear. And how many do you have working across your different restaurants? How many staff do you have?
Oh, each business, okay, in the kitchen, say is a normal business, okay, yeah, at least you need 4 people,
Okay.
Yeah, so once you get people and motivated and then do the job, so you can get your business flying, yeah.
And do you find it difficult to find staff, or do staff leave quite regularly, or how does that look like for you?
Oh yes, this is another another aspect of the business. Yes, it's for sometimes you need to fill your vacancies, okay, but you have to do a lot of work on Facebook or on we do WeChat in China, okay, yeah.
Okay, yeah.
So we can recruit on that platform. But yes, thanks God, we haven't got many problem with our staff. So, but the important thing is you deal with your staff, and then you treat them, and then you give them benefit, and then. So
you looked after them; they look after you.
Yeah,
It's nice.
Absolutely, yes. Yeah, so it's you put your staff first, okay.
Absolutely. And they obviously look after your customers, who are the most important, right?
Customer comes second. Okay.
Staff first. I like that. I'm always interested to hear, and I'm sure it doesn't happen too often, but how do you handle complaints in the restaurant? So if you get a complaint from a customer, what's your process there?
Okay, yes. This is another job for me. Okay, so I'm the only person to deal with this. Okay, yeah. And so when you get bad feedback or complaining, okay, I think you have to deal with it one by one, okay? Otherwise, if you ignore it, the problem getting bigger. Yeah. So I have to, sometimes I made phone calls, okay? And ask my customer what's going wrong, okay? And then I can do some, my job, and then guarantee my customers have good products next time. And then the other thing is, some customers, they don't bother to inform you, okay? And they go on the Google or those bad reviews, okay? So this is this is the thing where I really don't want to see, okay? Yeah. So sometimes I have to communicate on the Google platform to communicate to clarify with myself, okay? So that's the way we deal with the complaints.
And that's tricky, right? Because you're having that conversation in public, so other people can read that back and forth, right? With the Google reviews. So it must be difficult to kind of address those. Have you had any incidents where maybe the review wasn't quite truthful, or have you had any situations like that?
Yeah, I had a example, okay? So is a customer, is so-called customer. I don't believe it, okay? I don't know what's the gender is it, but it's called, your staff is very rude, okay? So I said, okay, so I invested, and with my staff and the counter staff, I said, what's happening today? So they said, oh, it's only a salesman, okay? It's only a salesman. They pretend to be a customer and leave bad review on your Google. So I have to say, I go on the Google and I said, if you are selling something, you ring the number and then tell me, and then I can buy or don't buy. Okay.
Yeah. Don't go through the Google review.
Yeah, that's right. That's always I said on every bad review. Okay, so I have to say, you come to us first, and then go on the line first. Yeah. So I have no problem with that.
Yeah. And it's great to hear that you're open to feedback, and it is important to you to get that feedback as well, right? So you can make changes. Like you said, your job is to improve the business. Yeah. What would you say is the biggest challenge to running a restaurant at the moment, or to running a food business?
Yeah. Okay. So challenge, obviously everybody can say it's rising cost. Okay. Yeah. But I think you need make your sell. Okay. Make your restaurant sell, and then you make your first class food. Okay. And product as well. And obviously you need to train your staff how to treat your customers, okay, and then make them happy. And then when you get the sales, and then you have the way to control the cost, okay. And then this is the the sequence. Okay, this is the sequence.
Good sales make everything manageable, right?
Yeah. That's right. Yeah, good sales make your business going, and then you have good management, and then business going.
And have you noticed, even with in the last couple of years, when obviously we've had some global issues, some wars, things like that, have you noticed a severe jump in the cost of goods and services in that time? Or
yes, I noticed that, and each year we have rising costs caused by different stories, But I think the supply is the problem. Okay, so sometimes they said we just can't get this enough product, and we have to raise the price. And then this is normal. If you are running a business, you have to get the right profit.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, so you have to deal with this. Okay.
Yeah. I've always wanted to ask you, and I think you kind of alluded to the joke of it earlier, but when you're obviously making Chinese food for an Irish audience, is there a lot of changes you have to make? Are you adapting to a different product? Are we getting something completely different than maybe what you would have?
Yeah.
I've always wanted to know. I know a spice bag is not authentic
it's
Chinese.
Not authentic Chinese.
No, so tell me, and how does that feel? Is that
we do like this? Okay, so we have this name from China. Okay, and then the flavors original from China, but we have to make alternations, okay, to suitable for Irish or local customers. So this is the thing you need is the technology. Okay, so sometimes you need some food juicy or some food dry. This is following the local culture. Okay.
Yeah, and does that sometimes pain you to have to make the food differently for us, or are you okay? Are you just happy that people want to engage with with the food?
I think this is another area we need to explore. Okay, we need innovation. Okay, so for example, in my new shop in Dragon House. Okay, so there's a menu come out. Okay. And I think I need to bring some new taste, okay, to the shop, okay. And then I introduced the Korean sauce, okay. It's called bulgogi, okay. So it's a hot spice, different hot spice style, okay. And our local people in Kyoku and Wicklow, they like it, okay. So we just want to keep it. And sometimes, I always talk to my chef and just throw in the brand new ideas, and then we can try it. If it's failed, we take it off. There's no there's no bad there's no bad effect. Okay.
Yeah, just getting people to try things is always interesting. I know personally, I probably have been ordering the same thing from any Chinese restaurant I order. I have my order for the last 15 years, but then sometimes the menu does jump out at you and you think, oh, I've got to try that. Would you say, and the Irish customers are open to trying new things? Do you think they're experimentative?
Yes, this is very interesting things to know, because a lot of Irish people, they talk with me in the shop and they said, oh, they really like to try new food, and then they wouldn't mind to spend money on the food. I said, yeah, this is what we trying to trying to introduce. Yeah. So I say I urge a lot of Chinese business. They don't stick on the same menu all the time.
Yeah.
So but different people have different strategies. Okay. Yeah.
And if you're ordering from your own restaurant, what's your favorite dish that you like?
I would order beef with black bean dish. Okay, black bean is my favorite because we keep that flavor, same as in China, So
okay, so it's very close to authentic.
It is, yes. I would say I like it, but I don't know if others picked up or not.
I'm sure they will. That's one of my favorite dishes anyway.
Really?
Cool. Yeah, I love black bean in general. Chicken or black bean, beef or black bean.
Yeah.
Both big fan.
And then my second would be Sichuan. Sichuan dish. Yes, it's as spicy as I can go. Okay.
Okay, so you like the chilies, you like the
I do.
hot.
Yes. A lot of I say 90% of Chinese they like chilies. Okay, and I say 50% of Irish people they like chilies as well.
We're very bad with spice. My mother, even black pepper is too spicy for my mother.
Really? Yes.
So she can't have anything like that.
Some people they do. Yeah. Some people they can't take a lot of spice and they stick on same dish for years.
Yeah. But one of the good things I think about Ireland becoming more multicultural and having more different types of food coming in from around the world is that slowly changing. I know my parents' generation, they would have grown up with very basic food and, potatoes and things like that.
Yes.
But now you see the younger generation, there's 10-year-olds going out for sushi and, which is completely different till I don't think I saw a sushi restaurant when I was growing up until I was in my 20s. So it's kind of interesting to see how people's tastes and expectations change. So it's probably a good time to be a restaurant owner, right? When you're,
I think I always tell my friend, if you have skills and you have capital ability, so you just try this, it's I think it's good business, because everybody eats, so you need give it a go on your standard, so it's I think it's good time to create business in food, okay, and then I think it's good time now, because the government they need a business, they give some subsidies, and then you have you never short of suppliers, so I think it's good time. And then the important thing is when you set a business, you need a good tradesman, okay, to set up and decoration, do it up,
Yeah, absolutely. The VAT rate reducing to 9%, that was obviously a big win, right? Were you involved in any of that protesting, or were you aware that was going on at the time that we were driving for?
I think I'm aware of this protest, but I don't think it's very effective of our Chinese business. But we just want this ended as soon as possible, because it's no good for everybody. Okay,
absolutely. Drives costs up, make it more difficult for people to eat out.
Of course, you have to walk to the airport.
That as well. That's not great. So over the last couple of years, what would be your big learning? Like, what if you were to go back and talk to yourself just before you set up the restaurant? What would be the piece of advice you'd give yourself that you wish you knew then?
Okay. If I were back to 6 years, I probably do it the other way. Okay, so I would get decoration would more quicker. Okay, and then the renovation would be more efficiency. Okay, and then to reduce some cost so far. Okay, and then we probably go get another, good menus out. Okay, so this is what I'm learning. But at the moment I don't think we're going too differently. Okay.
Okay, yeah. So you're happy with how it went, but maybe the renovations first, or making those little changes.
That's the big thing we are everybody facing when they set up the business. Okay, so once you have the whole piece, okay, then you are going. Okay.
And what does the next 5 years look like for you? Like what does success in 5 years' time? Let's say we're 2031. What does that look like for you?
That's a very good question. Okay, but nobody can know how this war goes. Okay, but and how's the fuel crisis are going. But for general vision. Okay, so I think we are focused on our food and get more variety of our menu, and then to satisfy our customers. So this is our good best aim. And the second one would be we get a lot of communications, okay, with our customers, and then get more people to know us. That's the important things.
So kind of growing the brand of the business and getting them
Yes.
out there.
Yes.
Yeah, and obviously your social media will hopefully help with
Do
that
the
a little
job.
bit.
Yeah,
And
yes.
maybe some ads and all of that kind of thing. It's really interesting to hear. So what was the best piece of advice you've ever got from somebody? Has anyone ever kind of imparted some great information onto you about running a business? Maybe a family member, maybe a friend?
Yes, a lot of senior businessmen. Okay, they at some stage they told us it's we need take care of our staff. Okay,
Mm-hmm.
but they said because a lot of local people they could. They could say something, but I don't see that is a problem. But this is some advice, but I don't know if I'm expressed right. But it's always saying, oh, you will make a business, but a lot of securities problem, some break-in or something like that. But I don't think that is a problem for us.
Okay, so you have to be really careful about who you hire and all of that. So that's really, really important for you.
Yeah, that's another thing. Yes.
Yeah, you gotta look after that side of things as well.
Yeah.
Is that something that you think about? Obviously, running, you've got 2 locations now, right? So that you're in
3 locations.
3 locations.
Yes,
okay.
yes.
How do you split your time across those 3 locations? Like how?
I'm just I'm doing the back office. Okay, so I have 3 shop managers. Okay, so they can manage day-to-day work. Okay.
Okay, great.
Yeah,
so that you've given them autonomy to go and do that. Is that
course.
difficult to hand over some control to other people? It's obviously your baby. It's something you set up.
Yes. I always tell myself, if you're not good at something, don't say anything. Okay. So, for example, in the kitchen. Okay, so I won't interfere the chef's job. Okay, so I won't say this is wrong, that's wrong, but I only give the feedback from the customers. Okay.
Okay.
So that's my job.
So you've hired people who know what they're doing, and you trust them to do.
Of course. Yeah. Yes. Absolutely. Yeah.
Okay. Tell me where your favorite restaurant is in Dublin that isn't a Chinese restaurant.
Oh, that can be tricky. Okay. I say it's in Dublin. Yeah. In Dublin. Yeah. I tried FX.
Buckley's.
Buckley's. Yeah. They're quite good.
Good steak.
Yeah, they're good steak. And Fernando's on Henry Street. Okay.
Haven't been, but what type of food are they doing?
They do barbecues. Okay. They do barbecue. Those charcoal barbecue burgers. Okay.
Nice.
Yeah, but I don't know if they're still there. I haven't been there for long.
FX Buckley's are definitely still going though. They're very well established.
I like the style and I like the sightings. Okay, so
so the place is important to you as well, like the atmosphere and what it looks like.
Yes, that's the thing you try. You go, okay, and then you want to try the food. Okay, that is authentic Western. Okay,
yeah. Tell me then, what would be your death row meal? So the last meal you're ever going to eat. What's the starter, the main course, and the dessert? Okay. What does that look like? Tough question, but
it is very tough, and I never thought of it. But if it's the last meal I have, I would have a wild meat. Okay. Wild, okay, it's from the sea, okay. I never tried it, but I tried once in Norway, okay. So it's absolutely massive, okay. Yeah, so I
so take you a long time to eat it.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, so I would like try a piece of that, okay, and then
nice.
I'm happy at the go.
That's it. Yeah, no dessert, no.
Yeah, no dessert. Dessert would be. I think cheesecake, would do me, okay.
Perfect. Yeah. Sounds great. Yeah. So what does the next maybe year look like in the kind of the short term? Have you got any kind of anything to announce or anything coming up in the immediate future for you?
Yeah. We probably want to get more food on the menu. Okay,
Yeah.
and then maybe some new taste. Okay, that's what I trying to do on different shops. Okay, but that's what take time and take experience to put on the market. And then I think in a year time I will have my shop with more screens and then facing outside and let customer know we have different new menus. Okay, new food. Okay.
Wow, and does that bring a whole new set of costs as well, or do your staff have to, or your chefs have to learn to cook that? Like how easy is it to add a new dish to a menu?
Yes, not easy. Okay, but you need combine with your current cookings. Okay, and then obviously like let your chef to try this as their own. Okay, yeah. So this is take time. But we'll get there, okay? We'll get there.
And I have to ask, and everyone rolls their eyes at this question, but AI, do you use it?
Yes.
How do you feel like it interacts with the industry that you're in?
Yes, I think this is the next new technology for every shop, okay? So if you want to do good, you have to use AI because AI is the mainstream for the next maybe 1 year, okay, maybe 1 year. Every shop they would use that to generate videos and ads and some even the dishes, okay, yeah, and then and then put on social media or internet, and then to give customers new thing, okay.
It's brilliant. So you're using it maybe more from a marketing point of view rather than from maybe a sales reporting analysis or anything like that. That's where you look at it. Have you tried to use it yet in kind of maybe a data analysis type of way?
Oh no, not yet. But I want to try that. But I haven't got staff to do that at the moment. Okay, but we will ask some of my staff. Okay, to try that, and then this is needing training. Okay.
Yeah.
So and learning as well. Yeah. So it's another way to go.
It's an interesting time in the world that we're in at the moment, right? That I feel like this must be how when maybe the internet was invented, or computers in general. I don't quite remember that. I wasn't born anyway for computers. The internet, I was very young when it started to come out. It just seems like it's changing how everybody approaches problems, how we interact with the website. I saw Netflix recently have integrated an AI feature into Netflix, so you can say what you're in the mood for, and it'll find movies and TV shows around your mood. Yeah. So it seems to be everywhere. It seems to be growing, and it's a very interesting thing to see who gets on board with it, who doesn't. It sounds like you're embracing it and you see the benefit of it to your business, right?
Yes, I think I would definitely using that in future. Okay, because if you are a step ahead of some your peers, okay, so you probably get first the benefit, okay, and on the market. So, and I think good idea. And I would tell my friend or even, business friend, they would try that, and we all in same boat. Okay. And we need to try this ourselves and get good way to do business. Okay.
Okay, great.
Yeah. So this is a good idea. I like this. Yeah.
Great. Good to hear. I also always want to ask about this, and Just Eat, Deliveroo, Uber Eats, those marketplaces, do you have a relationship with them? How is it? Do you see it as valuable? Do you like working with them? What is your kind of approach to those kind of third party?
Oh, yes, for delivery. Yes, we would like to try our own delivery, but with this resource support us. Okay, but it's very hard and costing for the third party. That's our real opinion. Okay, but who knows in future? This is cost coming down, and we can have same benefit. Okay, so and you mentioned those deliveries, and then it's great service. I have used it as a customer, but they are good, and fast as well. But it's only the cost.
Yeah, it's difficult to manage and absorb that, right?
Of course, yes. Yeah. And the reliability, okay.
Yeah, it can be a challenge as well. So at the moment, do you use your own drivers, or how does?
Yeah, we always use our own drivers.
Okay.
Yeah.
And does that pose a challenge as well, or is that keeping everyone around? And is there an efficient way you found of doing that? Or?
Yeah, I think it's a good way to for every Chinese, okay, or even other business, because you need your local people to support you as well. You know, you give employment to local people, so that's what I'm thinking. Okay, but if you use that third party, you know, I have no problem, but depends on the cost. Okay, yeah, but you know, I would rather use our local team to serve our local customers.
It's a really nice way to look at that in particular. So can you give the customers or the people listening to us here maybe an idea of where your 3 locations are and how they can find you then?
Okay, so our first location is in Ballyfermot, okay, on the Grange Cross, okay, and we are on the ground floor of beside the store, okay, beside more for you, okay. So that's the first location. Is a restaurant and is restaurant and takeaway, okay. And the second location is in Roscrea, okay, in the Roscrea shopping center. We call it Golden Valley, okay. And the third one is a very, very new one, very young, only 3 months old, okay. So it's in Kilcoo, County Wicklow, okay, in Greystones, right? So that's our 3 babies, okay.
There's the 3 babies. That's where to find them. We heard it here. Thank you so much. And then as the last question, what's your favorite thing about working with Flipdish?
The favorite thing is we can have our sales growing on Flipdish, and then we can get feedback from Flipdish every day, literally every day. People can leave a comment on our sales, and then we can get back and we can know who posted it, and we can communicate with them. And then second thing is, if we have some requests, we can deal with it very quickly. And we have special rep and just for your business, okay? So every time I have questions, I pick up phone, ring her, and then she will get the answer to me. So that's the very enjoyable.
Brilliant. Who is your rep? Do you know her name?
Apple.
Apple. Okay,
yes.
yeah, great. Apple's great to work with. So I'm sure she'll love the shout out. Shout out to Apple for a great customer service. Brilliant. Well, Robert, thank you so much for taking the time to come out here. I know you're a very busy man, 3 babies, as you said. So thank you for joining us on the podcast today.
No problem. That's my pleasure. Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you.